Hi, my name is Donald Bain and welcome to Bain's Data Brain. Today's topic is if functions. So, what are if functions? What it means is if this happens, then this is true. Now, if this doesn't happen, then this is false, or otherwise, this is false. Okay, now let's use a quick example to show this if function in action. First of all, let's quickly turn this this into a table. Select all of it, press Ctrl T, and then this will show up to confirm the range. Click OK, and then it'll turn it into a table. Okay, now let's quickly enter random marks so that we can be able to see the ones that have failed and the ones that have passed. So we're going to have to enter marks that are above 50 and the ones that are below 50. Okay, now let's use the if function to find the students that have passed and the ones that have failed. Remember I said that if this right here, if it happens, then it means that this is true, the second statement. If this doesn't happen, then it means that the third statement is false. Okay, this is the formula that we're going to use. What it says is if this mark is greater than or equal to 50, then the student have passed. But if this mark is not greater than or equal to 50, then the student have what? Failed. Okay, now let's use the if function to see if the students have passed or failed. We're going to say equal sign if, and then we click the if function. And then after we click the if function, we click the mark that we want to check, right? And then we're going to say if this mark is greater than or equal to 50, then the student has what? Has passed. We type pass, and then we say if not, the student have what? Failed. And then we type what? Fail. And then we close the bracket, we press enter. As you can see, it shows the students that have passed and the ones that have failed. Okay, now let's go into another example. So we know that this first if function is used to find the students that have passed and the ones that have failed. But we now want to find the ones that got a distinction. Our if function will be that if this mark is equal to or greater than 75, then it's a distinction. If not, then use our original if function. Okay, now let's enter our original if function, which was equal sign if, and then you click the if function. If this mark is greater than or equal to 50, then the student have passed. It's going to write pass. If not, then the student have failed. It's going to write what? Fail. Okay, let's close the bracket and press enter. As you can see, it's only showing pass and fail. We need to edit it to add what? The distinction. You come here after the equal sign to add the distinction, and then you say if. You enter the if function, you click the mark that you want to work with, and then you say if this mark is greater than or equal to 75, then it means it's a what? It's a distinction, right? The student got a distinction. But then if not, then it's going to use the old if function of if the student got over 50, it's a pass. If the student got less than 50, it's a fail. And then we close the bracket and then we press enter. And now, as you can see, it shows the students that got a distinction, the students that have passed, and the students that have failed. Okay, now let's do one last example of how you can use an if function. Okay, as you can see here, I've changed the student number into worker ID, and then the marks, I've changed them into sales. So now we're going to calculate the bonus. So this shouldn't be pass or fail, it should be bonus. Okay, let's write bonus. So we will be calculating the workers' bonus based on the sales that they have done. As you can see, the statement says if sales are greater than 10,000, then give 10% bonus, or else give nothing, 0 rand. The formula, the function is if sales are greater than 10,000, then it means that the person gets a 10% bonus. It's written like this, right? If not, then they get nothing. It's written as 0. Okay, now let's calculate the bonus. We're going to say equal sign if sales are greater than 10,000, right? Then it means what? The employee deserves a bonus of what? Sales times 0.1, which is basically 10% of the money that they've made. If not, then they get what? 0. Close bracket. Okay, what's going on now? Oh, okay, I did not add the if there after the equal sign. Guys, don't forget to add the if. So it's equal sign if function. You click the if function, and then yes, as you can see, if sales are greater than 10,000, then they deserve 10% bonus. Okay, now I want to turn these numbers into currency instead of just units. So I'm going to select all of them, and then I'm going to come here, and then I'm going to click on rands, since the first row there it's rands, and as you can see, it's now turned into currency. And that's how you calculate the workers' bonus. As you can see, the ones that got over 10,000 got their bonus. The ones that got less than 10,000, they did not get anything. Well, there's a lot more that you can calculate with if functions, but for today, that will be all. I'm trying to keep the video very short. I don't want to make a very long video. Lastly, please like. Don't forget to comment what you want to see on the next video. And most importantly, guys, please subscribe and turn on the notification bell. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.